on guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm going to move closer to the camera. Anyway, in today's video we will be talking about the Microsoft Surface Go. I'm super excited to make this video, and let's just jump right into it. So, I've been using it for about 3 weeks, and I gotta tell you, I am loving this thing. So, the material it's made out of is magnesium on the back, which is this is actually metal, which I love metal devices. I love metal products. They are so nice to hold. That feeling of like winter, or even if it's cold in your house for some reason, picking up your phone or your laptop or my GoPro even, and feeling that cold metal. It's so nice, that feeling, and I don't know how many people are in this boat with me, but I am personally a huge fan of the feeling of cold metal on my devices. Anyway, there's a little bit of plastic up here, and that is needed because if you have a full metal device, you're going to have antenna bands like what we saw on the iPhone 6, because Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or if you buy one, the cellular model. Yes, this comes in a LTE model, and I didn't go for that because I have an unlimited data plan. Hotspotting from my phone works just fine, so I don't need LTE on it. Now, there was also a $150 more expensive model with double the RAM and double the storage. I did not need that either because I felt 64 gigs and 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, and yeah, the 4 gigs of RAM was enough for me. And it is, for the most part. Obviously, this is a lower-end device. It's a little sluggish. I'm okay with that sluggishness. I obviously didn't expect to buy this product and for it to be buttery smooth. I paid $400 for it, and it has basically the same specs as my phone in terms of RAM and storage, but it's running a full Windows or desktop operating system. It comes with Windows S Mode pre-installed, but for free you can switch it to Windows Home or the full Windows 10 model. I did that immediately because I needed to be able to download apps from the internet browser. I downloaded Google Chrome immediately. People say Google Chrome kind of slows it down a bit, and I mean, Google Chrome does seem to be a little sluggish, but I mean, I like Google Chrome and it seems to operate fine. It seems to be relatively okay with a couple tabs open. I think 10 or 20 tabs is definitely going to slow it down, but like 3, 4, maybe 5 tabs, I think you'll be fine. Or at least that's my experience. Again, some people's experiences can differ. I originally purchased this for website management because I'm a webmaster in my venture crew, and for anyone who doesn't know what a webmaster is, they basically have to. I basically manage the website. I have to update it with latest information, or update the pictures on the website, or whatever. That kind of stuff. That's what my job is, at least in the crew. And that's why I had to look at a laptop, because I didn't have a laptop to do that with. So this does that just fine. I don't really. That's just something else to say there. This performs the task I purchased it for fine. I've loaded very few apps onto it. I loaded Netflix, the CW, because I love the CW's Flash. I sideloaded from Chrome, Google Play Movies and TV, because I don't own a DVD. I don't own DVDs because I think DVDs are stupid. Anyway, I also loaded Adobe Rush on here, so there's a chance that this video has been edited on here, because I actually haven't had the chance to test Adobe Rush. I went through all sorts of different free services, DaVinci Resolve, GoPro Quick. None of them did what I needed them to do. I didn't have enough control over the editing on GoPro Quick. DaVinci Resolve was too clustered and I couldn't understand it. Adobe Rush looks like it'll be much simpler and easier to understand, but I'm not sure yet. Anyway, as for the video editing again on this thing, people say you're not probably going to be able to video edit on this. I disagree. It seems to load Adobe Rush, and it loaded DaVinci Resolve just fine. and they seemed to work fine. I just didn't really understand how their services worked. So I definitely think you could do some light video editing on it. Hardcore video editing might be a little sketchy, but definitely light video editing I think could be done. And that's with the base model. I'm only imagining how good it would be if I purchased the next tier up. I switched it out of normal desktop, and I switched it into tablet mode because I couldn't stand having a normal desktop home screen and then start with all of the same apps sitting right there. That made no sense to me. So I switched it to tablet mode, and it works fine. I turned on Windows Hello, and Windows Hello actually works really good. I'm pretty sure with a more powerful laptop it'd be much faster, but it works fine on this thing, and it's nice to know that there's a more secure way to lock my tablet or my laptop than with a pin, which was really basic. I always use a basic pin, which I really shouldn't, but it's easy to remember. Anyway, I think that's it for the software, or for what the experience on it was like. Let's talk about hardware, or external at least. So it has a 10-inch screen, which looks nice. It's nice enough for me to do the things I do on it. If you're super picky about your screen, I cannot see people enjoying this. It's not the most color accurate. My Pixel has probably got a better screen, or Samsungs definitely have better screens on this thing. They definitely look more vibrant, but I'm fine with the way the screen looks. I think it looks fine. If you're really picky about color, this is an odd suggestion, but turn on night mode, that mode most devices have where it adds a yellow tint to the screen. Surprisingly, that yellow tint makes some of the colors really pop. So that's just a suggestion of mine, but I can't see people who really picky about how colors look using this device. Definitely go for something a little more vibrant. It has really large bezels. Yeah. So in 2018 or 2019, whenever, in a day and age where we have bezels like this, bezels like, hold on, turned off on me. Really? Give it a second, it has to boot up. Anyway, in a day and age where we have bezels that look like that, let me unlock it, like this, I think you can see those bezels. That's a lot of bezel, but it gives you a nice place to rest your thumbs, or your thumbs when you're not having them on the screen. So I actually don't have an issue with the bezels on this device. Again, they're a good place to rest your thumbs. They have beautiful front-facing stereo speakers right here. Or front-facing speakers, stereo, I don't know. Front-facing speakers right around here. I am used to front-facing speakers from my Pixel, and I'm a big fan of front-facing speakers. As again, I consume a lot of YouTube and Netflix and other content, so front-facing speakers are kind of a good thing for me to have. Anyway, and they sound really nice, actually, the speakers. They're definitely passable for me, at least. But I'm not an audiophile. Audiophiles might nitpick at them, but I think they sound great. It has a front-facing 5-megapixel camera. Again, it supports Windows Hello. It's obviously not as good as your smartphone. Again, the cameras on laptops and tablets have never been as good as smartphone cameras. But this one's actually really good and definitely passable for Skype calls, or if you have to take a picture in a pinch with this thing. However, I can never see myself taking a picture on this. It'll definitely function and give you a decent looking picture that'll serve its purpose. But if you have your phone on you and you can use your phone for the picture, just use your phone instead, because your phone is going to yield a better picture. But these are definitely not terrible cameras. As for the back, again, magnesium metal back, rubber antenna bands, 8-megapixel rear camera, and a beautiful beautiful and very well built hinge. This can go really, really far. Yeah, that is a very, very large bend right there. And I will only ever use it this way for typing. As a micro SD card slot, great for me for editing YouTube videos. I cannot stand full SD card slots. I don't understand them. In the age of micro SD cards, they make no sense to me. The bottom has Microsoft's connection for type covers, which I will not buy the type cover because if I'm going to buy the type cover, I'm going to buy the Alcantara fabric one, and that's $130. No thank you. Left side has nothing other than a little divot for you to be able to get your thumb in and pop the hinge out. Top, power button, volume rocker. Right hand side. This is where it gets interesting. Quick connect charging port, which is magnetic, which Apple decided to phase that out on their laptops. I don't understand why. I'm all a fan for USB Type-C, and the USB Type-C ports don't bother me. I definitely think you should be able to charge via USB Type-C. But if you have to charge it with the built-in charger, it should be magnetic like that so it can save your laptop from, the dreaded falling off the desk. I'm sure everyone should know what that is, and I've never done it with my laptop, but I've seen that happen with my smartphones, and it is painful. It is very painful. So that'll definitely save your laptop from a couple, accidents. It has a headphone jack and a USB Type-C port. As I have Bose QC35's Gen 2, I do not need a headphone jack, but I might use it when I'm on an airplane ride. I might just kill the Bluetooth and go wireless. Or no, wired, wired. So I get A, for better battery life, B, what is it always telling you? Oh, turn off smartphones, turn off devices, because it'll interfere. Yeah. But the USB Type-C port is the one that really interests me. So I have this from my Google Pixel. I don't use it for my Pixel, but I leave it with my laptop because plug it in, boom, it's small, but I have an instant full USB port. I should never need it, but if I need it, I have it, which is nice. I will also only ever charge via the USB Type-C port. If I have to use the built-in charger, I will, but I would prefer USB Type-C. Why? Because it is in my opinion that I should be able to charge all of my devices with the same cable. That is something that so many companies don't seem to understand. Like, Bose had the opportunity to put USB Type-C on the QC35's Gen 2. Did they? No, they went with micro USB. And even Anker, which is a company I love for their power packs, and I will probably only ever buy Anker power packs. Yeah, I know, another brand name. Even on the ones that have Type-C, they still seem to have micro USB as an option. It's weird. Anyway, all in all, is this thing worth $400? I'd say yes. You're obviously paying a lot of money for that Surface name, so if you want to do that, you can. I was willing to do that, and I am more than glad to do that. In my opinion, I think this is a very good laptop, and it's kind of underestimated. I think that, yes, it is sluggish. It is definitely not a complete high-end laptop replacement. But if you're like me, and you're willing to make those sacrifices that come with getting a cheaper and lower-end computer like this, it's definitely a laptop replacement. I mean, I cannot see myself buying a $2,000 MacBook or buying a $2,000 Windows computer, but I can see myself buying this or even its higher-end Surface Pro sibling because it's just much more portable. So, if you value portability above all else, this is definitely a good option. You're definitely sacrificing in a lot of areas, but it's definitely a good buy in my opinion. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Microsoft Surface Go. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon, and peace out.